The day has finally arrived. Magic Council and Light Faction has the headhunting bonus. It just dropped in the game. I was very excited for this. I could obviously there's an obvious deck to play, like a Bard deck, but as you can see, I have a level 10 Bard. And this is the moment that you guys have all been waiting for. You guys have been dropping thousands upon thousands of comments just all the time, and here it is. The best deck, Treant. Treant is the best deck. It shits on everything. It shits on everything. It's so good. It's obviously the thing that takes advantage of this modifier the most, specifically because it upgrades something that is not the Treant. A lot of people like upgrading the Treant, and they think that a Forest Faction headhunting bonus would be good for Treant, and that's simply not the case. And another thing that people do that I find, like Zeus players, they'll put 4 Treants on Zeus tiles and then just level up, like give themselves bonuses like that. And they don't need to care about the nuances of a Treant deck because it doesn't matter to them, because Zeus is winning the game for them for the most part. You're losing to the Zeus, you're not really losing to the Treant. But if you played Treant for any period of time as a peasant, non-Zeus, non-Fortuna player, you would understand how important it is to upgrade something that is not the Treant. It's why the Gunslinger Scrapper combination is pivotal to this deck. And I love when there are bonuses for headhunting bonuses where you get free level ups for something that is not Forest Faction. A long time ago, they had one for Dark Faction, and Crystalmancer went crazy. Running 4 Crystalmancers on a Dark headhunting was insane for this deck. Being able to upgrade, if you could start the game with a level 7 that constantly upgraded just every so often, that is the number one thing that you would want in a Treant deck. I don't understand why Zeus players that play Treant put 4 Treants on a Zeus tile. Put anything else on a tile. Put your I don't know. Put your Kobold on that tile. Put anything else on one of those tiles. You need to upgrade your Gunslinger in order for this deck to work. And because you're simultaneously upgrading your Gunslinger with the Scrapper combination, and your Knight Statues are passively, both of your Knight Statues, I should mention, are passively upgrading over the course of 7 rounds. By that 7th round, with your Gunslinger, when you start bouncing your level downs between your Gunslinger getting leveled up and your Knight Statues getting leveled up, like around 4 to 5, when they both get to like 4 to 5s, when your Knight Statues get to like 5s, your Gunslinger should be around a 5, and then you start to get to a 7, and at some point it almost gets to the point where you don't even need to upgrade, you won't even need to downgrade and then upgrade your Gunslinger. At a certain point, you'll just have Knight Statues. Like, both of your Knight Statues will be a 7, you'll level down, one thing will be a 6. Hopefully it's your, what's crazy is hopefully it's your Gunslinger, because you can manually upgrade that again. But even if it's not, one of your Knight Statues will go down from a 7 to a 6, and then the other one will still be a 7, and your Gunslinger will still be a 7, and then you'll be able to level it down, and then by that time the boss will be there, and then your Knight Statues will level back up. It's insane. If you're wondering why I'm not talking about the actual, gameplay here, it's because if you don't understand how to play Treant, I have an entire complete guide for Treant where I explain the entire setup process of this deck. The reasonings for everything about everything that you see. And so if you don't understand what's happening, go watch that video. And I will stop talking. Just just understand that this is the best time to use a Treant. Anytime they have headhunting, so that you get free level ups on units that are not Forest faction, that Treant is in for a good time. You could try running a witch. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. You have to summon in too many witches, and then hope that some of your witches don't level up, because you're obviously setting up like 2 knights or 2 witches in the center tiles, and then your gunslinger bonuses, your high charisma bonus would be pretty weird as well. So you wouldn't be able to affect your entire like board. But then at the same time, even if you did affect your entire board, or I guess you might be able to set it up in a different way. I might try. You know, I still don't like it. I don't like it because you have to run 2 witches, and then you have to summon in extra witches. And when you summon in extra witches, you have to leave them at level 1 in order for you to merge them together, in order for you to get stacks. And if you simply just don't summon in another one, and then your level 1 upgrades to a level 2, then it just starts, now you have to eat the level 2 and hope for 2 level 1s again. And I just don't like that kind of gameplay. I think that the streamlined version of what this deck is and why everything in it works, I think that this is the best version. It wasn't even, I feel like it wasn't even close. I don't know if this guy was just badly playing, but yeah. He doesn't have a max kobold. He doesn't have a max gunslinger. He does have more than my crit, but I would like to believe that maybe having a max gunslinger, having a max kobold is affecting his damage. He doesn't have Miner's Light. The Miner's Light would be pretty good with that. But I mean, like, when you would think that Genie would just be good because it's good, this deck is taking advantage of everything that is in this deck. And the Knight statue just gives you so much bonus. I'm running a crit bow, and then I'm running a gadget, so I'm getting even more speed off of that. Every time I get a gold gadget tile that just happens to land on one of my Treants, I'm never gonna mess with my board. My board is perfect. If I happen to get gold gadget tiles, then that's just a super extra bonus, but I will not mess with my board. This is the Treant board for the version of this deck. And once you get to level 4s, your damage just skyrockets. There's something else to note is you do have to use your scrappers, and you do have to do switches in order for you to get the 15% bonus. Do switches on the Phantom in order to give them a big Phantom. Use your Trapper on the Phantom because with the Sheltered talent, that is the correct way to use Sheltered, and that's why everybody runs it. You use it on the Phantom because not only are you giving defense reduction to your Phantom, but you're giving them 15% like they do 15% less damage, I believe. They do 15% less. They get a 15% armor modification on their Phantom. And so they're doing less damage, and then you're doing more damage. That's the time to use it. It's amazing. You only need the 2 trappers, and something that if I were to play this again, which I'm going to play this a lot, allow the trappers to level up, because those are the only things that can't level up by themselves. Your gunslinger, you should be manually leveling up. Obviously, whenever you press your mana button on your Treants will level up, and your Knight statues will passively level up. And so the only thing that doesn't are your trappers. So try not to steal scrapper hits onto your trappers. You can steal it everywhere else. I mean, obviously you want to steal it. Ideally, you want to steal it from all of your Treants. Because your Knight statues will passively level up. But even if you do steal it from a Knight statue, I think that that's fine as well, because then your gunslinger is just leveling up faster. And again, the name of the game is to get to level 7, get a unit to a level 7 as fast as you can, so that you can give 7 stacks to everything. Giving 7 stacks to everything is so much better than a perfect Zeus press of giving 4 stacks to everything with a Zeus deck. And that's why I don't understand. It's just like, level something up to level 7 so that 7 things can get to 7 stacks. That is how you gain damage with this deck. The fact that I'm not even running a Kobold and I'm relying solely on Treant stacks in order to increase my damage, and Knight Statue stacks, which at a certain point doesn't really increase your damage, is crazy. Kobold is obviously a quote-unquote better choice for this deck because you get more damage out of a Kobold, but I do think that the Knight Statue and the high charisma and, you know, like all the gadget tiles, it all works towards your Mushroom Nausea. And the Mushroom Nausea with your crit bow doing exponential like crit damage and getting, you know, multiple damage modifiers off of your Mushroom Nausea, that will just trigger more and more. And this deck is crazy. This deck is just so much better when Forest Faction is not the Headhunter bonus, and this is how insane it could be. Enjoy it.